We just stopped at a little stall on the side of the street because I spotted this guy making something that's called namkeen, which is sort of just like a little cracker, sort of a saltine, and the way he's making it is quite impressive. There is a huge cauldron of boiling oil, and he's just using his bare hands to push the batter, which I'm guessing is probably like a chickpea batter, and he's pushing it through this special device that's got these small holes, and then frying those up. They turn into sort of like little French fries, and usually you don't eat them by themselves, they're just a snack, or you can have them with something. But these guys are also selling something we wanted to try called kachori, so we're gonna wait for them to make up some fresh kachori and order some up. We just ordered up our fresh kachori, and what kachori is a staple of this area here in India, Rajasthan. So it's a deep fried kind of crispy fritter that's filled with dal and spices. This place, we just saw how they were making it back, and it looked like there was all kinds of different things in there, chili, tons of different spices. I'll have to bite in to try it, but I was just speaking to the owner, a really friendly guy, and he said that his grandfather started this restaurant in 1963, and this place is called Paranji Kachori Wala. And we just got our kachori here. I ordered up the kachori hing, which is with curd. So we've got this beautiful looking kachori, which I'm just gonna break open here, and you can see that dal inside, that fried lentils. And then let me get some curd here and try this out. Oh man, yum. Oh, that's awesome. That is just a flavor bomb. It doesn't look like much from the outside appearance-wise, but once you break into that, that is so ridiculously flavorful. There's so many different spices going on there. It's got a little bit of heat from some chili. It's nice and creamy on the inside, but also I can really taste like a little bit of a licoricey flavor. I think it's coming from fennel. Let me take one more bite here. Make sure I get a lot of this curd. That curd goes so nicely with it. Let's try that. Oh man. It's so sour, that curd, and it really cools kind of the heat from the chili, and that kachori is nice and crispy and kind of flaky on the outside. That's such an incredible pairing. Just ordered up some of the namkeen, which he is making behind me. Pretty simple dish. Usually it's eaten like as a snack or alongside some other things like curry, but they're these little kind of worm-shaped crispies. So let's give some of these a try here. Oh wow. They're actually quite spicy, and they're nice and crispy. It's almost like a little mini French fry with that little Indian spice touch to it. It's pretty good, nice little snack.
So it is my turn to try the kachori. I got a piping hot one. It was really hard to break with my fingers, but I'm gonna dip it in the curd to kind of cool it off. And I just absolutely love the taste of sour yogurt. Oh man, that is crispy, full of flavor, and that curd is what makes it delicious.
That kachori left such an incredible flavor in my mouth. It's almost licoricey from that fennel. And that kachori is sort of part of a category of food here in India called a chat, which is a very broad term for snack. And usually it is deep fried, such as those kachoris. We are going to be eating a lot of chats here in India, and actually we are heading to get another one right now. There is a tiny little stall on the corner of a hidden alley here in Jaipur that is selling a delicacy of Gujarat province called Khaman Dokla. So we just ordered some up. I'm really excited to try this. It's something that's very interesting. It is this chickpea batter which is mixed with sugar and lime juice, and then it is topped with tons of poppy seeds. You can see looks like some green chilies and also some cilantro, and then a green chutney as well. So let me just grab a piece here. Let's try this out. It's actually quite sour from that lemon juice. That has a unique flavor. The texture is similar to like pound cake, but then there's little pieces of poppy seeds, so it kind of gives it a crunch. The flavor is hard to describe. It's sort of sour, but also kind of tart, and it's really soaked up all the chutney that he put on top, that green chutney, which I think is mostly lime juice. It's pretty good. There's some cilantro on there too, so it gives it a fresh kick. But it's very interesting. I've never tasted anything quite like it. Okay.
Chutney.
Yeah.
Onion.
Okay. We just popped down a little alley that is full of tons of shops selling different types of chat. So I spotted a guy that's selling some fresh looking samosas. So we ordered up a samosa. Samosa is something that most people in the Western world will know about from India. It's definitely one of my favorite Indian foods, and they serve it a little bit differently than we would back home. And that is kind of crushed up, you can see here, and then topped with a chutney, and also topped with some onions here. And you can see this one is stuffed with potatoes. The chutney on top of that brings out all the flavors. It's a sweet, spicy chutney, and then the outer shell of the samosa is nice and crispy and a little bit flaky too. And then the inside there is just packed with spice. Everything you eat here is just so flavorful. It just completely coats your mouth in those Indian spices, and this samosa is no exception. This is exactly what I think of when I think of Indian flavors. A little bit sweet, full of flavor, and quite spicy. And although it doesn't look like much, this thing packs a punch. It is delicious.
Is it better than the samosas you had back home?
Oh yeah, this is way, way better. Finish up with our samosa. That was a nice little stop. This restaurant's pretty good because a lot of the chat stalls only have standing room, but there's actually a seating area inside, and you could just eat chats all day. They're not too filling, so you can taste all kinds of flavors when you're here in India.